disruptive.
America that I fought for.
Weird thing to happen.
Did you see this? This is from Camus. He states, BlackRock, the world's most powerful asset manager and United Healthcare's biggest shareholder with nearly 10% ownership, is literally suing the health insurance giant, but not for what you expect. They're mad, meaning BlackRock, they're mad that UnitedHealth might actually be giving patients too much care. I kid you not. Yeah, you read that right. In the upside-down world of Wall Street, providing health care is apparently bad for business. When helping patients becomes a problem, here's the lawsuit's twisted premise. After CEO Brian Thompson got murdered and the whole country started screaming about claim denials, UnitedHealth apparently got spooked. Word is they've been approving more treatments, covering more procedures, maybe even, God forbid, acting like an actual insurance company instead of denial machine. And BlackRock is pissed about it. Wow. So, my God, a healthcare insurance company is actually providing insurance to people. That is such a scandal. So much a scandal that BlackRock, of course, is going to be pissed about it. Because the whole point of private insurance companies is to constantly deny people. It's to limit how much access you have to healthcare. That's how they're able to get millions of dollars. That's why United Healthcare was one of the worst in denial claims and restricting people of accurate care, even though they paid for it. You pay for this insurance, and yet you're restricted by the private insurance company intentionally because of this. BlackRock wants to sue them. So this is coming from the site called HR News. And it says, here's the lawsuit's twisted premise. After CEO Brian Thompson got murdered and the whole country started screaming about claim denials, UnitedHealth apparently got spooked. Word is that they've been approving more treatments, covering more procedures, and maybe even, God forbid, acting like an insurance company instead of a denial machine. The lawsuit alleges UnitedHealth misled investors. Yes, we got to be concerned about the investors being misled, not people, not your customers. We're okay to lie to them. We encourage people to lie to them, but God forbid your shareholders. Alleges misled investors may not being clear about how all this negative publicity might take on them, actually honor their insurance contracts. Because apparently when your CEO gets shot for denying cancer treatments, the logical response is to maybe stop denying so many cancer treatments. Every approved claim equals less money for shareholders. Every covered surgery equals smaller dividends. Every life saved equals lower stock price. This is the healthcare finance death spiral in its purest form. BlackRock helped build UnitedHealth into a claim-denying machine, profited massively from that model, and now they're suing because public outrage might force the company to actually provide healthcare. They're literally suing for the right to let people die for profit. That right there should be written up as the set in stone defense for why Luigi Mangione is innocent. This right here. And I know there's going to be some people that still are going to say that, well, if you want government-run healthcare, then it's going to be like socialism. You're going to have to wait forever for surgery, and you're going to be like Canada and all the wait times, and people are dying anyway. Hear all the rhetoric all the time. But the thing about healthcare and why investing into a basic healthcare plan for everybody is that the government doesn't actually control it. It just puts the bill, meaning your tax dollars goes towards paying for whatever private insurance, whatever private hospital is going to get that money. You still get to choose your doctors, still get to choose all that stuff. It just means you're not paying at the door. It means you're not going bankrupt because you already paid your dues through tax dollars, and it's going to be reinvested into that healthcare system. And considering that a lot of corporations are pulling away from that, that's because of private healthcare. It's not because of public. It's not because we're investing too much into universal healthcare. It's because we're not investing enough. That's why we're in these dilemmas that we're in right now. So back to the article. Remember when BlackRock loved talking about ESG principles and being responsible investors? That was cute. Turns out their idea of responsible investing means making sure health insurers stay ruthlessly affected at denying care. When UnitedHealth started covering more treatments about their CEO's assassination, BlackRock saw dollar signs disappearing and lawyer fees appearing. This is the same company getting sued for greenwashing in Europe, by the way. Apparently lying about caring extends beyond just the environment. That's, again, you're nailing exactly what BlackRock is. You're nailing exactly the whole scam of everything from healthcare, from the environment, to climate change, to everything you've been told from the higher up, from these corporations downward. This is all part of the scam. This is all part of the scam. Here's what really happened. Luigi Mangione did not just kill a CEO. He accidentally created a business disruption. Suddenly, UnitedHealth couldn't deny claims with the same sociopathic efficiency because everyone was watching. The public health backlash meant that had to pretend to care about their customers, and that pretending, it's expensive. BlackRock's lawsuit essentially argues, hey, we didn't tell us that murdering your CEO would make you cover more medical treatments. That's cutting into our returns. This isn't a bug in American healthcare, it's a feature. BlackRock's massive influence helped shape UnitedHealth into the claim denial machine it became. They voted on executive compensation packages that rewarded denying care. They approved strategies that prioritize shareholder returns over patient outcomes. But when public outrage threatens that business model, they don't pivot to supporting better healthcare. They sue to protect their right to profit from human suffering. You're talking about the most heinous organization that owns 89% of corporations of the world. 89% of corporations around the world that invest in everything from destruction in the war machine to pharmaceuticals to private health insurance to everything that is deliberately against you. BlackRock is at the top of that totem pole, deliberately used to go after you. So here, this is a little breakdown video. I'm not going to show all of it because it's fairly lengthy, but here's that site, HR News, breaking this down of BlackRock intentionally suing a company that they own because they're providing healthcare. And I'm not giving, UnitedHealth a lever up. I'm not congratulating them on this because that's the basic of basic. Like, they shouldn't be congratulated for doing the bare minimum of what insurance is supposed to be. I'm saying that for BlackRock to sue UnitedHealth shows how sinister this model is.
You've seen peak corporate insanity? Hold my beer. BlackRock, the world's most powerful asset manager and UnitedHealth's biggest shareholder with nearly 10% ownership, is literally suing the health insurance giant. But not for what you'd expect. They're mad that UnitedHealth might actually be giving patients too much care. In the upside-down world of Wall Street, providing health care is apparently bad for business. When helping patients becomes a problem.
You know, just like giving clean water for people to drink is bad for their health. Or planting trees to suck in carbon dioxide and provide oxygen is bad for the environment. You know, everything's backwards. Everything that's good for the world is actually bad for the world, because the bad for the world makes the most profit for the most sinister people known to mankind. That's pretty much how Wall Street operates. Everything you got to do the opposite of what they tell you to do. You have to do the exact opposite. If Bill Gates tells you something, do the opposite. If Warren Buffett tells you something, do the opposite, because chances are it's beneficial, it's better for you, but it goes against their business model of being against you.
Here's the lawsuit's twisted premise. After CEO Brian Thompson got murdered and the whole country started screaming about claim denials, UnitedHealth apparently got spooked. Word is they've been approving more treatments, covering more procedures, maybe even, God forbid, acting like an actual insurance company instead of a denial machine. And BlackRock is pissed about it. The lawsuit alleges UnitedHealth misled investors by not being clear about how all this negative publicity might make them, actually honor their insurance contracts. Because apparently, when your CEO gets shot for denying cancer treatments, the logical response is to maybe stop denying so many cancer treatments. But that cuts into profits, and when profits drop, BlackRock's massive stake loses value. The math is disgusting but simple. Every approved claim equals less money for shareholders. Every covered surgery equals smaller dividends. Every life saved equals lower stock price. This is the healthcare finance death spiral in its purest form. BlackRock helped build UnitedHealth into a claim-denying machine, profited massively from that model, and now they're suing because public outrage might force the company to actually provide healthcare. They're literally suing for the right to let people die for profit. BlackRock's responsible investing. Bullshit exposed. Remember when BlackRock loved talking about ESG principles and being responsible investors? That was cute. Turns out their idea of responsible investing means making sure health insurers stay ruthlessly efficient at denying care.
So, as we stated with the gay pride story that we covered about how companies are pulling back, again, don't be fooled to think that, all these companies, all these corporations, all these NGOs, BlackRock, they really care about gay people. Because that was, again, this is all part of the scam. This is all part of the scam. They're doing this to separate, divide you, confuse you, and obliterate you. Because the best way to make profit is to turn you from an actual person with dignity and respect and liberty and freedom and happiness, and turn you into their biological lab rat that is more profitable dead than you are alive. That's who runs this world. Those are the sinister people that run this world, and those are the same sinister people that encourage companies to promote the woke agenda, to push LGBTQ initiatives into schools. So, none of this comes in good tensions. None of this comes from good intentions. None whatsoever.
When UnitedHealth started covering more treatments after their CEO's assassination, BlackRock saw dollar signs disappearing and lawyer fees appearing. This is the same company getting sued for greenwashing in Europe, by the way. Apparently, lying about caring extends beyond just the environment. The ultimate perverse incentive. Think about how fucked up this is. BlackRock owns UnitedHealth, profits when they deny claims, then sues them when bad PR forces them to approve more treatments. It's like owning a restaurant and then suing the chef for making the food too good because it costs more. But this isn't about burgers. This is about
I know he meant that as a joke, but I've seen stories where that actually happens. Why are you giving people real food? Why are you giving them organic? Don't you know we got all this frozen crap from some supplier that we don't even know about? Just give them that. Just tell them to shut up and pork it down. We need the profits. I've actually seen stories like that. I've seen coverage like that, and it's again, it shows how perverse the whole system really is. It really shows how perverse, disgusting, insidious, and how mega huge anomalies like BlackRock and Vanguard and State Street and all these sinister people just have no intention. They are soulless. They are evil to the bone. And that's all done by design to screw over people. That even a horrible organization like UnitedHealth, for which the CEO got murdered because of how horrible this organization, even when they start doing the bare minimum of providing people at least adequate health care, insurance that they paid for, and providing that insurance is enough for BlackRock to sue their asses off. Their own company. Just how sinister it all is. How sinister it all is. And yet there's still people that will defend that compared to, public health care, universal health care, Medicare for all. I have to wait for surgery. Oh, you want the government to control health care? Don't you know what happened during COVID? Yeah, I know what happened through COVID. And that was in part by corporations enticing themselves to the government to promote that agenda. All I'm saying is that I am for a system in which taxpayer dollars, you mean money that I paid for and that you paid for, go towards basic coverage so that you or I or anyone else can go into a hospital and not get bankrupt. And if you want more prestigious care, if you want all the cosmetic surgeries or what have you, then you can go and pick your own health care. Then you can go pick your own private insurance. But for basic coverage for a society to thrive and evolve, for the stability of a nation, that's the bare minimum a country should be doing. And America, it seems like everyone else is getting it. And in some degree, it should be more so, for example, here in Canada. But America just does not seem to get that. America does not seem to get that. And they wonder why so many people are going bankrupt. So many people are dying off in the streets. And why people are absolutely frustrated to the point that they're cheering on the assassination of a CEO. You get where all this is coming from. You get where all this ties together. How it's a giant system purposely designed to go after people like you. They have no intention to serve you whatsoever. And this is the proof. Hey, here at Kitz Corner, we want to thank you, our viewers and our subscribers that tune into Kitz Corner for the latest dives in trending news, political conspiracies, and the craziest of stories. However, being in this business isn't an easy job. Because we're independent, we can dive into stories that the mainstream outlets are afraid to do so. But unfortunately, that doesn't give us the luxury of big advertising or government subsidies. That's why we reach out to you. You can support Kitz Corner and get some cool new threads in the process. Say what? That's right, check out our merch store, where we have a big selection of t-shirts, mugs, stickers, sweaters, bags, and more. All with interesting designs too, like this True North Strong and Free. So if you want to show off your support, go to our website at kitzcorner.net. That's kitzcorner.net. And click the store link at the top of the screen. Or you can scan the QR code provided on screen to get instant access to our merch store. Your support makes a huge difference at what we do here. So why not wear your support too? So go to kitzcorner.net or scan the QR code on your screen to get to our one-of-a-kind Kitz Corner merchandise store. Thank you, and on with the show.